Hello everybody, it's Farming Bonanza Extra here, and welcome to a new series that I'm starting up, which is going to be Gaming Tips and Tricks, which is a series where I let you know some secrets on how to get like better FPS and better settings and stuff for game recording, games themselves, and a few other tips on the side for servers and stuff like that, etc, etc. So today, this is the first video, I'm going to be showing you how to set up a Terraria 1.2 server through Steam, but I think it's pretty much the same if you buy the game out of Steam. It's just a different path to get to the installation folder. So what you're going to do is, when you start setting up the server, is you want to go on your Windows search, go on computer, and for most people it will be their primary drive, but for mine, all my games are on my secondary drive, so it'll be under secondary drive, it'll be under program files times 86, Steam, Steam apps, common, and scroll through until you find Terraria. Double click on that folder and you will see an inbuilt exe here called Terraria server. Now this is pretty much the only thing you need to start up a Terraria server apart from our other couple of things. So all you want to do is copy and paste this from this folder, and you can either put it on your desktop or on a file somewhere on your computer for your particular server. Now you just want to paste it, and then before you run it you want to either use Hamachi, which is the easier way. Most people think it's the easier way, or you can port forward your IP address so your friends can also join the server and not just you. So to port forward, what you want to do is go to your default internet browser. Mine is Google Chrome, and this may be different for different routers and companies, but my code to get onto my internet options is 192.168.1.1. It comes up with this little like authentication screen. Now the default for most routers is admin or admin password or like admin123, but mine is admin for default and I haven't changed it yet, which I should really. But anyway, I'm gonna log in, and it might not be a screen like this because this is different for different routers, but all you want to do is try and find your options. So your like internet options, and as soon as this loads I'll show you where you have to go next. So for some routers it would just say like port forwarding down the side, but for my router I click on advanced and it brings me to this port forwarding screen. Now this is my Minecraft server that I set up a while ago, and I just deleted my Terraria IP for just so I can show you again. So what you want to do, it'll be very similar on most routers. You want to press add or configure new port, and as soon as this loads, what you want to do quickly is Windows search and type in CMD, press enter, and this will bring up the Windows command prompt. Now all you want to do is type in ipconfig, and it will bring up some screen that looks like this. Now all you're looking for is your IP4 local address, which for me it's 192.168.1.2, which means I'm the second machine on the network, apart from the router. So as soon as you found that out, you want to go in this box here, in the top box, where your private IP is located, and you want to type 192.168.1.2, which is what we found out in ipconfig. Protocol type, set this to both or all, otherwise you have to configure two servers to protect you. Now the default port for Terraria is 7777, but of course you can change the port as long as you tell your friends when they join the server what your port number is so they can connect. And connection, just leave it as default on PVCO. Hit apply, and after a while it will configure the port so that you can start your Terraria server. You can see now that the port is being correctly configured as it is shown in the active port forwarding section of your router. And if you got something wrong, you can just click the edit button here, or if you want to just delete it completely, there's a dustbin button or delete button to the side of that. So now you've port forwarded that address, you can go back on your Terraria server.exe, which should be either on your desktop or in the file location that you set up. Double click on it to run it, and you will see that you have a couple of options here. So if you already have a world that you created in Terraria, can select the number, so say 1, I would select for my multiplayer server, and it will start that world. If you want to create a new world, generate a new world, you just click N, and if you want to delete a world, then you press D, and then space, and then the number of the world you want to delete. So just for a quick example here, I'm just going to use my multiplayer server, so I'm just going to click 1, and then enter. Now your max players, you can click enter for default of 8, or you can change this up and down depending on how many people you're going to let on your server. So I'm just going to click enter for default. Now the server port is the port you set up on your port forwarding. So if you used anything other than 7777, you just put it in here. So see, I use like 8888, then you would put that in here, but I use default, so I'm just going to click enter to carry on. Now this is a thing you need to pay attention to. This is a automatically forward port option, which automatically port forwards so your friends can join the server. So if you want to edit the server without them joining, you can just press no and start the server. Or if you do want them to join, you just click Y and then press enter. Now the server password, this is pretty much the only protection you have against people. I haven't found a way yet of creating whitelisted servers, which is where you create a file and you put in the names of everyone you're going to allow to join, either names or IPs. But I haven't found out a way to do that yet, but if I do, I'll link it in the description, so check that out after you've watched the video. So I'm just going to put in a password of, I don't know, dog123, click enter, and see it generates all the game objects, all the world data, and then it'll come to this screen, which you can put commands in, such as kick and ban. I'll put in a load of commands that I found in the description of this video if you want to take a look at that. But you can just minimize this from now, and I'm quickly going to load up Terraria just to show you how to get your server set up. Okay guys, now we're on Terraria. I'm just going to show you how to get onto your server so you and your friends can play together. So I'm just going to click on multiplayer and join to join your server, not host and play, and select my character, but you can create a new character here as well. And to enter your multiplayer server you have to go on a special address, which is 127.0.0.1, which is a loopback address that allows you and your friends to play on the server at the same time. The default port is 7777, which I used, and the password is dog123. This is the password you set up when you were setting up the server, so just remember that from there, and tell your friends it as well. And it just loads everything up, and I am on my server, on my multiplayer server that me and my friends play on. Now obviously none of my friends are online at the moment, so I can't make them join, but at least you can see that it loads and works and stuff, so yep. Okay guys, to allow your friends to join the server you'll need to use your public IP address rather than your private one. So to find that out, all you want to do is go to your default internet browser and just type in what's my IP into Google, press enter, and you'll see your public IP address is, and this number here will be blanked out, but this is your IP address. You want to copy and paste this and give this to your friends. Now depending on how your route is set up, this might change every time, but I think you can set up a IP address that doesn't change, which I'm going to need to do quite soon. But copy and paste this to your friends, tell them your port, whatever you set up on your Terraria server, and then they'll be able to join with no troubles and you'll be able to have fun with them. And if you want to see any like certain videos about any sort of gaming videos or FPS tricks or anything like that, just mention them in the comments or send me a personal message and I'll try and make a video as quick as I can. That's about it for today guys, so I'll see you next time and bye.